This video will discuss how to configure and launch an erasure of loose hard drives in XErase. Once connected to a system and XErase is launched, devices will automatically be discovered and placed into our list interface. Now, as you can see, list interface has several different columns of very useful information. Here we have manufacturer, model, serial number, size of the drive, device type, and so on. And all of this can be customized using the Customize Interface menu and the first category, Device List. So for example, if I wanted to add IP or SCSI ID in this case, I could just turn that on, hit Add, and now you can see that the SCSI ID is displayed inside of the list. I'm going to remove that. And so it's that easy to configure exactly what you will see on screen. One of the really nice benefits of list mode and physical interface as well, which we'll discuss in a different video, is that it allows you to see what will be performed on the device. Now, in general, we highly recommend that you select as your primary method NIST purge and as your fallback NIST clear. These methods can also be customized and prioritized in a different window, which I will show you right now. So under Customize Interface again, we have the NIST IEEE settings. And here we can open our secure window and actually prioritize the type of purge elements we want. So for example, if I was doing hard drives that only supported sanitize overwrite, which typically takes a very long time depending on the size of the drive, but if it's the only purge available, I can turn that on for hard drives since it's only valid for hard drives, and then I can move it up in my priority list. So I have total control over how I prioritize different erasure methods and where they go. Now for clear, it's the same. Now after I would have done this, I would hit update. After I've done that, I can also look at clear and see what options I'd like to enable or disable here. So for example, in the NIST standard, the latest Rev 1 standard or IEEE, secure erase is considered a clear. Same with SCSI format. So I could turn those on or off. And I can pick the device type that they're applicable for. To select an erasure method, if you are not going to use purge clear and you have to pick a specific method, you can click on this button here. So tooltip will tell you that it's the select erasure methods button. And then whatever methods you currently have in your methods filter will be displayed here. And your fallbacks as well. Now, to customize the filter, you can go to the method rule filter and you can add in or remove methods. So currently the ones you saw were the ones in blue. Everything else was not selected. And methods can also be designed by you. So you could create your own erasure method that does an erasure followed by an overwrite, for example, followed by a purge, followed by another overwrite, followed by a verification. So you can create your own custom erasure methods as well. That'll be discussed in a separate video. Now to launch an erasure, we can either manually select the disks we'd like to erase, or we can go to Control, Select All. So that's really useful when you have a lot of devices in a list. If you only have a handful, clicking a few of them isn't a big deal. And then once we've selected those, we simply hit the play button. And now this is showing me that I have a custom field turned on, which is called job. We'll talk about custom fields at a later date, but for now I'm just going to hit enter. And now it starts the erasure. It will go through prep the drives, which means it's going to get rid of partitions, and it will also do what's called opcode validation, which is trying to figure out exactly which commands it can be using and which are the highest or most highly optimized for this erasure. Now you can see we've got a fail. So it failed the purge and it jumped to our fallback, which is a clear. This one is in the middle of doing a sanitize block erase and it looks like it's having errors. This one has already passed. So this is a perfect example of all the different kinds of things you might be able to see when you're erasing all different kinds of devices. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.